Hello and welcome to the Armchair Pundits Manchester United post-match review show. I'm your boy Monts. Glasses are off, guys. I'm in business. In fact, I'm ready to fight. It's just infuriating to watch United at the minute. Another away game, underwhelming, formation changing, personnel unnecessarily not starting. Need I go on? Well, I am. But before I get into this, I want you to do me another favour. Please click that subscribe, join button, follow. Make sure you comment. Make sure you're looking at us on all our social media platforms, YouTube, X, Instagram and TikTok, and share with friends and family. And comment. We try to get back to you guys within no time at all, realistically. So yeah, comment, guys. We love the interaction. And thank you for watching the previous videos. We're now over 300 subscribers and we're looking for 400 before the end of January. So keep pushing, guys. Keep sharing and keep spreading the word. But yeah, I'd rather talk about ACP, to be honest with you, than Manchester United at the minute. But you're not here to listen to all of that. You're here to hear me moan, to hear me give my opinion on an underwhelming performance, a draw on the road, a score draw at that. The first half was underwhelming in total, but to begin with, we look sprightly. We look at it. We look like we were going for the throat. Nice long ball over the top from Lemems. Nice long ball from Lemems. A nice little head down from Casemiro. Cunha gets a touch and strikes. Volley, bottom corner, 1-0 United. And I'm thinking, great start. But obviously, Lionel's got his flag up and yeah, chalks it off. But you can't doubt that the finish was amazing. But like my mate James always says, if it's called offside, don't lose no sleep about it. Just get on with it. It doesn't mean anything. It could be a worldie. Thanks, James. But yeah, we kick on and we do get another chance, albeit a half chance. But Leeds get back into it. And they seem to be quicker on transition than we are. And this is what my issue was from a couple pods ago. I feel like we really struggle to pick up our runners when we're in possession and we lose possession and now we've got to go back to defending. Guys almost don't know what their responsibility is or what their role is in them moments. And I really look amongst the squad players or amongst the first team and say to myself, someone's got to really demand the leadership here and point fingers and start having a go at the guys that they believe should be doing better. Man United have got 8 points on the road so far this season. 8 points. Leeds have had 8 points at home. So already walking into this game, I'm not necessarily feeling overly confident about what the result's going to be here. I'm thinking it's more than likely going to be a draw. But if you watch, and you should be watching, the full-length videos that we're doing with our score predictions, and we do short versions as well, to be honest, you'll see that I called for United to win a slim 2-1. In my head, I said 1-1, but I was willing to win. I was willing to 3 points. So again, United failed to kind of really take advantage in the first 45 minutes of a very decent beginning to the half. But to be honest with you, there wasn't really much else to talk about. We really lacked the final ball, end product. Šeško didn't really look as clinical or as a threat as he has done, or as I would hope he would be at this point. So 0-0 going into halftime was probably about right, to be honest with you, if you're watching from a neutral perspective. Wasn't really that exciting, other than the offside opportunity that United had, and Calvert-Lewin having a header which only got beaten by the post, to be honest with you. Hit the post and no one was near it. We kick into half-time and I'm expecting changes to be rung. I'm seeing Xerxes sitting on the bench, and to be honest with you, he looked very good in the first 45 last week, and I was struggling to understand why we chose not to play him, not to start him. It's Leeds. You already know that he wants to go. You already know the guy possesses qualities that we don't actually have out there, which is like holding up the ball. He can work well in small spaces and he creates chances. We don't ring any changes. We step back out. Leeds look like they're taking the game to us. And yeah, why not? They're at home. Elland Road are on their feet. They are making so much noise. They can see that Man United are for the taking in the second half. So they start with way more urgency than we do. And it just so happens the goal that they score comes by a Heaven mistake. Heaven The ball's coming towards Aiden Heaven. And instead of him really using his pace to get the ball under control and see the game in front of him, he almost lets the ball run across his body. And I think it's Aaronson for Leeds. He's on the front foot. He possesses all the guile and all the aggression and all the intensity to get to that ball first before Aiden Heaven even knows what's going on. And by that time, Aiden's basically clawing at him to try and win the ball back or even put him off. He buries the ball bottom corner. 1-0. 60 minutes gone. Leeds. I'm thinking to myself, at this point, the writing's not necessarily on the wall, but I don't see us getting more than a draw at this game because we don't look like a threat at all. Well, so say it, so shall it be done. Euro off, who, to be honest, had a great chance in the first half, which obviously I failed to mention, so I do apologise for that. Had a great chance. Casemiro headed the ball into him, and he tried to flick it off out of another direction of the keeper, but the keeper made a save. So Euro comes off. To be fair, he had a better game today than he has done in the last few weeks, so I'm thankful for that because he needed to get himself out of that rut. But for Euro, we bring on Xerxes. So for me, that's now more of an attacking identity. Man United also look like they're going to a back four. Okay, right. 3 minutes after Xerxes comes on, he receives the ball in the attacking third. He slips the ball around the Leeds defensive line. Cunha obviously sees a gap. He runs in and he gets his right boot onto it, albeit a stretch, and managed to just p-roller it past the keeper, and it rolls into the back of the net. 1-1 United. Now, at this point, I'm thinking to myself, right, 1-1 is probably reflecting the game at this point. We don't deserve more than that. However, I want more. Let's see if we can now, with the injection of Xerxes and the hunger that he showed in just the 2-3 minutes being on the pitch, let's see if we can go for another. We did. We got another chance from Xerxes down the left-hand side. He manages to turn the fullback and fizz a ball across the 6-yard box for Seshko, who's standing there unmarked. First touch volley, albeit across the ground, but first touch volley, he goes for the near post and he doesn't even hit the target. For me, this is a person that is lacking confidence. He looks anxious in possession and in front of goal. He's snatching at the chances that he's getting. A composed Bruno in that position, Cunha even, and Mbumo gets that ball. First touch would be either to open up their body and caress it far corner where there was absolutely no chance the keeper of getting it, or at least getting that opportunity on target. We've done neither of the two. So you got to ask yourself, what more do we need to do to get games like this over the line? Remember, this time last season, we're only almost about 3 points better off, 3 or 6 points better off, which there's not a lot. But the quality in the league this season is massively different to the quality last season. The lower teams, or the teams that are newly promoted, are picking points off of the teams that would arguably are residents in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? They're mainstays. And today is a case in point. Now, after that chance that United got with Seshko, to be fair, there wasn't much that we got on the back of that. Leeds made about 3 or 4 more changes towards the end of the game, and they also created a few more chances, and one chance fell to their right winger, who was in almost acres of space. He got the ball set to him, and he opened up his body and tried to hit the ball with his instep and curl it round the keeper. To be fair, the keeper was watching the ball the whole way, so I don't know what Lemens was thinking he was doing. He didn't even try to dive or nothing, and it just missed the crossbar. And honestly, if they'd have scored the goal at that point, they would have deserved it, because realistically, you could hear Elland Road. They fancied themselves another one, and they looked good for it too. But United got away with it, or with another one, should I say. Now, I've got to be honest. Was I happy with United's overall performance today? No way. Nowhere near happy. Was I anxious coming into this game, thinking that, we could drop some more points, even though we are not far off of the top of the league, as in the top 5? Yeah, I want to be in the thick of it. This was our opportunity to be level points with Liverpool, and they had a game in hand, and we've also would have had more or less the same goal difference. This was our opportunity, boys. You're not going to get many more opportunities like this going towards the end of the season. 31 points with 20 games gone isn't good enough. Is nowhere good enough. Amorim, you need to look at yourself. You need to decide what formation you're going with, who you trust, and put your best first team out there. We haven't got no Bruno. You can see that the team lack creativity. Bruno is affecting the game from deep. He's affecting the game when he's close to the attackers. But we have got no one else that in our starting 11 or even the first 14 fit that has that influence in our squad. January is going to be a very long month if we cannot fix the creative element of our attacking play at United. It's going to be a huge issue. It needs to be addressed. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about this person, that person, this person. I'm not name dropping anybody on there. What I'm saying is, you've got a responsibility to provide excitement, provide points and views at United when you're at the helm. You need to do that. You need to get these guys, you need to address them, you need to really look at the leadership team, look at all the boys that are within the first team and even close to the fringes and say, do you fancy yourself being a mainstay in the first team? If you do, now's your opportunity. Where are the academy boys really putting their name down on the gauntlet and say, listen, I fancy myself getting in here and making a name for myself whilst I've got the opportunity. Time's now. 20 games in, just over halfway through the season, and I know it's only just. We've gone in our last, say, 4 or 5 games, we've had 3 draws, a win and a loss. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. The only thing that I would say that we've improved on this season over last season is looking like we will get a goal, or we will look like we'll be able to raise our game at least one level, but we don't look like we will absolutely dominate and annihilate the opposition. We never look like we're going to do that in these games at the minute. And when we do look like we're on top, we don't ever take the advantage of it. And I'm getting sick of it, to be honest with you. I'm actually getting bored of watching United. And that is a big thing for me to say, because I will watch them through thick and thin, but it's just getting so boring. I need some excitement. I need the boys on the pitch to really show me that they're playing for the shirt. I'm not going to go on too much more. I feel like we have got some real work to do. We need to really kind of say to ourselves, in January, there's going to be a shed load of games. We got our next game at Burnley, away. Then we got a home game at Brighton. We got City, Arsenal, Fulham, this in the next 4 or 5 games. We've got an opportunity there to get some points on the board and do it emphatically. That's exactly what we need to do. Now, before I sign out, if you haven't already, please make sure you click that subscribe button. Make sure you click that thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let's engage, guys. Let's talk about United, where they're at the minute, where you think we're going to finish, because I'm not sure at the minute. Let's make sure you're following us on all our social media tags. Make sure you're following us on Insta, X, TikTok, and YouTube. And I'll see you again here in the next few days. Peace.